This is Marcy Anderson with the Fishing Report for Southeast Kentucky. On Dale Hollow, fishing has been good by targeting areas that have a bit of color to them from recent rains. Smallmouth are being picked up on jigs and crankbaits. Largemouth bass are being caught on a variety of lures right now, including spinnerbaits, crankbaits, and jigs, and fishing around woody structure has been producing some good numbers of fish. On Lake Cumberland and the tailwater, flows are a bit more variable during the day, which is giving better conditions for anglers on the tailwater. In addition to trout, anglers can pick up some nice striped bass, walleye, and sauger during the colder winter months in the upper portion of the tailwater. Check the operating schedule for Wolf Creek Dam online to better plan your fishing trip to avoid getting caught in rapidly rising water. On the lake, the stripers have been in the upper third of the major creeks going after the big schools of bait fish, so try drifting small shad and alewives as well as casting dogflies. So good luck and stay warm out on the water.
This is Kevin Fry with your Eastern Area Fisheries Report. Crappie anglers have done well this week at area lakes such as Dewey, Fish Trap, and Yatesville. Fish coming from shallow water 2 to 4 foot depth over mud flats with slow retrieves of plastic tubes or grubs. Some additional crappie coming from around 10 foot in submerged brush with vertical jigging of plastic baits. Upcoming lake trout stockings are scheduled for February 11th at Kingdom Come Lake, February 12th for Milo Lake, and February 13th for Paintsville Lake. Success for white bass and hybrid striped bass at Fish Trap Lake is very good. Numbers of both are very good with quite a few white bass going 15 to 16 inches. Plastic jigs, blade baits, and rattle trap baits having good success. Small ponds of recent have had good catches of bluegill and largemouth bass. Still fishing redworm or waxworm suspended shallow under bobber being most popular at the small ponds. This week did not get much info on tailwaters below dams. However, we are fast approaching time for sauger, walleye, muskie, and white bass to increase in numbers at these areas. This can assist an angler with catching multiple fish in a small confined area.
This is Eric Cummins with your Southwest Kentucky Fishing Report. Barren River Lake is approaching summer pool and being pulled at about 1/2 foot a day. Bass have been fair on jerkbaits and jigs on main lake points and the backsides of the flooded timber. Crappie likewise have been fair on brush and over other cover at the creek mouths or the mouths of pockets. Green River Lake is still a little over 10 foot above summer pool, but is falling at about 1 foot a day. Walleye fishing's been good trolling with crankbaits or casting the same, and also tossing soft plastics and jerkbaits. Some of our smaller impoundments will provide some of our more consistent water levels and fishing at this time. Bass at Metcalfe County and Mill Creek Lakes with soft plastics and crankbaits. Crappie at Shaney Hollow and Marion County Lake in about 10 to 12 foot of water, or at Metcalfe County Lake and Briggs Lake in Logan County, fishing in 8 to 10 foot of water around brush piles or lay down trees. Trout fishing at Cumberland Tailwater is good for big browns, rainbows, and walleye, with fishing best below the dam, but also good fish can be had in other stretches of the river when water levels subside during generation downtimes. As always, good luck and good fishing. Be sure your life jacket's got your back.